Hello, myself Sunil Ramakrishna. Here basically we are discussing another topic that is city creation. City creation basically we are discussing another topic that is future creation. One of the person told that basically this is actually what basically. So this is the most dangerous diagram basically in the world basically. Not in the world basically, but universe basically. This basically connecting to what basically. So one of the person told that basically in previously basically we had discussed the lots of calculation basically. In this basically we discussed that government, private, other sector basically are connected. Then basically we saw that basically SAP company is connected with the first World War data, second World War data. So SAP company is connecting to second World War and first World data, and they are basically processing the data of third World War also basically. So one of the person told that the peace group basically are the peace group basically are trying to solve the problem, and the SAP group basically are telling that basically we will finish the world. Sorry, not we are doing the process of third world war. So SAP company, Microsoft group basically they are doing the process of third world war basically. So third world war will happen basically. That is 100% sure basically. And lots of people says that it will not happen basically. So that basically depend upon the process basically. What are the things basically happen. So one of the person told that this is what actually basically. So this is basically the total number of houses. Here basically I have taken as an here basically I have calculated that also. Previously basically we are just taking about the apartments basically. Previously basically was we were just taking as a apartments basically. Previously we were just taking as a apartment basically. Previously we were just taking as an apartment. Here basically each and every house are calculated basically. Here basically each and every house, each and every hotels, in hotels basically total number of rooms, then basically the small lodge, then basically the rent house, each and everything basically is calculated basically here. So this is the total number of room, house, restaurant. Sorry, here basically restaurant basically doesn't include. Restaurants also basically you can add here basically. Restaurant basically the here basically we are taking about the total people staying in the area basically. Total people staying in the area. So this comes to the apartments. In apartment basically total number of houses, then basically the residence house basically of the tenements, then basically the commercial buildings, then basically the hotels, the number of hotels, rooms. This everything basically calculates here basically. So the Bangalore basically contains 1 crore 38 lakh 62,580. This is the total basically. And same way basically in Mumbai that is 3 crore 38 lakh 62,580. 580. And in Ahmedabad basically that is 1 crore 58 lakh 62,580. So this all basically comes to this basically. So one of the person told that why, but why basically this calculation basically has happened basically. There might be some question basically. There might be some question basically. Universe group basically is going to finish 100% basically Bangalore city, 100% going to finish Mumbai city, 100% going to finish Ahmedabad city also one day. They are going to finish basically. That is 100% sure basically. Because universe group basically say that basically our task is over, so we are going to finish basically, because we want to integrate the universe basically, the data basically. So if they are going into the integration basically, if they are going into integration, that means they are going to end the world basically. Here basically I have taken example because I am currently in India, so I am taking the example of India country basically. Sorry, India. India is not India's country basically, but here basically I am taking the example of Bangalore city basically, because I am currently in India, so that's why basically I am taking the example of India. So this is the Bangalore city basically, that is going to end one day when the Bangalore city task will be over basically. So in simple language basically the world will end just within few seconds only basically. The universe group are going to end world just within few seconds basically, and the separate land basically is already done basically. And that basically might be this is a separate land basically, and this is 100% sure basically the land name is not displayed in the map only basically. Lots of people says that map people basically are mad basically. They are basically not mad basically, but if you get the information that basically here the people are staying, then only basically they get the information that basically they have to draw map basically in map basically. So this land basically is not in map basically. That basically you have to solve. So one of the person told that on last day of world basically when the land is going to separate, this many land is going to separate. It might be this side also, it might be middle of the from middle also the land will separate, from left also is possible, but land will separate basically. And after that basically the world will end basically. And in this basically the Bangalore city basically calculation basically is like this basically: the total number of houses, total number of apartments, and the apartment each and every rooms basically are calculated here basically. So 1 crore 38 lakh 62,580. Mumbai basically contains 3 crore 38 lakh 62,580. Ahmedabad city basically containing 1 crore 58 lakh 62,580. So see basically the calculation. One of the person basically asked the question basically, why basically this is calculated basically? Because the political people know, the person who created world basically he also know basically that one day world will end basically. So they are basically securing themselves basically, and that secure basically is this, and this is basically connecting to these all areas. This this all areas basically. So you can just imagine basically the creation basically which is happened, which is already happened basically. This secure creation basically is already happened. So when basically world will end basically, these people basically know the exact count basically of the Bangalore city, Mumbai city, and Ahmedabad city, the total number of rooms going to exist in the Bangalore, Mumbai city, and Ahmedabad city, because this is connecting to directly to this land basically. So when world will end basically, before, assume that basically just within just few seconds basically, after few seconds the world is going to end. So this group basically has calculated everything basically of Bangalore city, Mumbai city, Ahmedabad city basically, by giving the big disaster basically long before basically they have calculated. Assume that basically, just taking as an example, in Bangalore city any big disaster has happened? Not happened, na? So it's going to happen basically. In Mumbai city big disaster has happened basically? Nothing has happened. Ahmedabad happened basically? No, nothing has happened basically. So big disaster will happen basically. That is basically 100% sure basically. That might be the natural disaster basically. The people basically, the people who created the political people basically are going to end the city basically, Bangalore city. No, why? Because they have created it basically. So they have created, they will not end basically. So the natural disaster will end the Bangalore city basically. Few parts basically will 100% going to end basically. That is 100% sure. It is going to end. So one of the person told that this is the count basically. So on last day of world basically, on last day of world, this basically land is connected with this all land basically. So this land basically which is going to be divided basically from the this all entire world basically, that is connecting to this all count basically. So you can just imagine basically the land which is going to divide, that is directly connecting to the Bangalore city, each and every houses, each and every lands, each and every buildings, each and every commercial complex, each and every hotels, each and every restaurants, each and every houses, each and every rooms, each and every commercial complexes, each and every commercial complexes, each and every companies also basically, each and everything basically they are connecting. Because on last day of world basically this is 100% going to calculate, and they have basically already calculated it. So in next video basically we are going to see a little bit more about this dangerous topic.